Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my top 10 AMVs, volume 15. That's right. Some of you may have forgotten about this series, and some of you may be newer to the channel and have never heard of this. So, back in the day, I did these videos called Top 10 AMVs, and I have done 14 of them prior to this. But it's also been almost 3 years since I did the last one. I did the last one in April of 2022. So, why am I suddenly getting back to this? Why did I stop making them in the first place? Well, AMVs have become less and less common, and I've been finding it hard. I was finding it hard back then to find enough like AMVs that I really, really enjoyed to make these lists consistently again. And because of that, I just kind of fell off from making the videos. I wanted to make more, but at the time, like when the last one came out, I didn't have enough to make a full top 10 list yet. I toyed with the idea of like maybe making like just a top 5, but I felt like I didn't want to do that. So I decided to wait and give it some time, and before I knew it, 3 years had passed. And mind you, of course, this allows for a lot of more new AMVs to come out, a lot of new shows to come out, both anime, cartoon, etc., that I can work with and find more AMVs for. And so I did this big search, just searching up a bunch of AMVs. I looked up AMVs for specific shows. I looked up just AMV in general. The thing is, most of what I was finding was still like over 3 years old. Like when I looked up AMVs based on like views and stuff, the vast majority of them were like 4, 5, 6 years old, sometimes even like over a decade old. And it's like, yeah, I was finding some new ones, and I checked some of the new ones out, but I don't know. It's just they weren't hitting as the same. Plus, I want to, try to avoid too many that are of the same series or use the same song, because then it just becomes repetitive, and it's like, oh, you just really like this song, so you're just like choosing AMVs that have this one song. It's like, no. There's just not that much coming out anymore. AMVs are almost kind of a lost art these days. They're still being made. There's still people making them. I make them on occasion. And I just feel like, for the most part, though, they're not as common as they used to be. And a lot of things change when it comes to YouTube and other social media platforms and all. Different trends, even long-lasting ones, they come and they go. Not everything is going to last forever. Not everything's going to work forever. And sometimes things can come back. There could end up being a renaissance for AMVs in the future. But I found more than enough new ones that I have not seen before. And I specifically was looking for ones, again, within these past 3 years to make sure I haven't seen them. And I found a bunch of new ones that I could make at least one list, maybe two for. I didn't count exactly how many I have I found yet, but I might be able to find more if I'm not quite at another 10. So what we're doing here is we're putting up this list. We might do another one in the near future. But this like series of videos is probably not going to be super active like after that. Unless, again, we do hit like a renaissance or something. Also, you have to take into account, I, for the most part, don't like watching AMVs for shows I haven't seen. Unless it's like for something that I don't really plan on ever watching. I believe one of my lists had a AMV from the anime Lovejoy and Other Delusions. I don't really plan on ever checking that out. I guess unless someone requested it on the channel, but So I saw an AMV of that, and that was on one of the previous lists. But like, for something that I might check out, it's like I don't want to watch an AMV to that because it might be spoilery, you know? And so I have to be very cautious about that as well. But let's actually explain how this list is going to work. So we are redirecting it because I'm going to show the clips from the list, which will include it'll include music, it'll include the anime clips, and just to remain safe because of YouTube's bullshit copyright policies, I'm going to redirect it onto 100 Free. The link will be in the description below. That being said, the list will be counting down from 10 to 1, my least to most favorite of these 10. And that will be my determination based on the video itself, how well the music meshes with the video. Sometimes they'll have like effects and how well those work and everything. Things like that. My personal preference on how I think the AMV works. And mind you, it's all subjective. Like, there might be an AMV where it's like, oh, I don't think this song particularly works for the series, but the visuals go along with things nice, and it meshes well enough. But I'll put it at a lower point. But you might think it goes extremely well, etc., etc. You get the point. This is based purely off of my personal tastes. And I'm not going to try to judge it based on how I feel about the anime or how I feel about the music on their own. But again, how they mesh together for the sake of the AMV. But I won't deny that there might be cases where it's like, oh, I just really can't get into this song. Or something like that. But yeah, you get the general gist of it. I'm also going to link to the different AMVs down in the description below so that you can check them out in their entirety, because the clips I'm going to be showing are just going to be short clips from them. I'm going to link them in the description below so you can check out the full AMVs in their entirety on their home channel. Support the original creators. They deserve it. They put through all this work. Yeah. So that's why I'm only showing short clips. I'm not showing the entire things. And this list, like I said, it took some time to get figured out because I had to do a lot of searching for this. But I found a good amount that I truly believe I want to highlight here. Because that's the point of these videos. To highlight other people's work, to get them some attention, some views, and to just, share their work with other people in order to make them more known. I'm kind of trying to help out here as best as I can with the small audience that I have. But, and I want to also put through here, if you know any great AMVs, please send them my way. I don't know if I'll have seen them or not before. I'm not going to ask you to go through every one of these videos prior to this to check to see if I've seen it. But if you know any great AMVs that you really love, send them my way. I can tell you if I've seen it before. I don't know if it lets you link videos in the comments. I think sometimes it'll like auto delete those comments if you add links, which is stupid, but YouTube. So if you have to, just put in the name and the channel of the name of the AMV and the channel it's on. Put those in the comments. I'm willing to check out anything out, and if it is something new that I haven't seen before, I can possibly add it to my list. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of AMVs from the past that I haven't seen as well. I just gotta make sure I find those ones amongst all the stuff I have seen. Because keep in mind, like, there's going to be AMVs that I've seen that just aren't on the lists because I just, I'm not, like, the biggest fan of them or whatever else. because I'm trying to highlight my favorite AMVs that I find. So keep that in mind as well. And I don't mind if they're from a small channel or anything. That doesn't matter to me. I just have to like the AMV. In fact, I like promoting smaller channels if I can. So, yeah. Either way, like I said, if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Let me know what you think of my list, what you think of the AMVs. Once again, it is redirected down in the description below just because of copyright issues. But the video will be, again, counting down 10 to 1. So number 1 will be my favorite of this set. Also, after I finish the ones I have, I might do a best of, because we've done those before. Every 5 or 10 or something, we've done it would be every 5. We've done a best of these 5. I might do a best of everything that we have. Just a pure best of all 15 to 16 of these parts. But either way, like I said, in the description below. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. Please give these channels support. The links to the videos, the full videos, are in the description as well. Give them the support, the views, all of that great jazz. That being said, thank you once again. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. Hope you enjoy the list.